said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. What it do, baby? Run the play day, the daily NBA, baseball, football, UFC, whatever the fuck I want show. Run the day, baby. We about to get lit. It is 9 a.m. in California. How are y'all doing today? I got my coffee for this first time now. Real quick. Valid coffee. I haven't been drinking coffee on the show, even though it's been early mornings the last 4 days because I'm scared of my stomach. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it's low-key embarrassing if I got to use the restroom mid-live show, right? Um, Okay, so the point of today's live show is to talk about the Lakers and if they can win a championship, right? Because if I'm being honest, completely honest, I thought that they landed Andrew Wiggins this morning. And I thought they landed Andrew Wiggins up until about like 8:52. Um, and I set the stream up at about 8:30. Now, Phil was supposed to join us today. I'm guessing this man went back to sleep. All good. That man works his ass off, so he deserves it. Let's talk about what the potential Andrew Wiggins trade was going to be first, right? So the Lakers are, I believe, offered by Pat Riley, Rui Hachimura. Let me pull it up. It's Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, and a first. And in exchange, they get to land Andrew Wiggins, obviously. Now, if I'm the Lakers, I'm probably taking this deal. Dalton Connect probably doesn't want to be there. A first might be a little pricey, but let's not act like Andrew Wiggins wasn't a huge part of why that. Let me go live on Instagram. Completely forgot to do that. Let's not act like Andrew Wiggins wasn't one of the main reasons why that Warriors team won a championship back in 2022. I keep calling it one of the sorriest teams to ever win a championship. Now, more importantly, obviously, is the DeAndre Ayton news and what the Lakers landed for DeAndre Ayton. And DeAndre Ayton was pretty much free. I should have went vertical live today. I haven't gone vertical live yet. DeAndre Ayton was pretty much free, obviously, even contractually pretty much free. They didn't have to trade nothing for him. Now, what does DeAndre Ayton do for the Lakers? All right, let's talk about the pros and let's talk about the cons. First off, DeAndre Ayton's going to give them another thing on offense. You know, DeAndre Ayton's back to the basket game is one of the best in the NBA. He's also a lob threat, which I think goes very well with the Luka and LeBron style. And I think offensively, he tunes everything up, right? He makes everything better. And even defensively, DeAndre Ayton's a bad defender, but his size and his like width is enough to be more of an impact than what Jackson Hayes does. Now, on the flip side, DeAndre Ayton is a negative defender. His foot speed is slow. He can't switch, which was some problems with Jackson Hayes, I would say. I think that team wasn't versatile enough defensively to get it done. And DeAndre Ayton's offensive style, I personally don't think the Lakers need it. I think if they turn him into a straight lob threat, cool. That's going to be a W move, one of the best moves of the offseason. But you're going to have to give him post touches. And in a half-court offense where it's kind of like Luka handle the ball, dribble, DeAndre Ayton like sit in the post, get a little post hook action. Like that's just a lot of stale offense, you know. And I don't know what JJ Redick's going to do with all that because JJ Redick didn't prove much to me last season. You know, there was stretches for sure where he looked great. But I did think in the playoffs, he really disappointed. The offense got stagnant. And I think if you add DeAndre Ayton, that's like another factor on why like your offense is going to be stagnant. You know, you got a dude that's going to be playing in the post and being slow. Like it's not basketball that gets everybody involved because he's not an amazing passer like Jokic in the post. And he's not going to bring as much attention as like Embiid in the post. So even if he was a great passer, like the kicks really won't be there. And then the Luka offense, I've been off of that train where it's like you dribble the ball for 18 seconds and then you kick out and you hope a shooter knocks it down or you score. You know, Luka, Ayton obviously are super talented players, but I think JJ Redick's going to have a hard time coaching these guys. So I got some questions pulled up, right? Did the Lakers actually get better this offseason or are they just running it back? Obviously, they got better this offseason, adding DeAndre Ayton. Now, with Wiggins there, right, I think I really like the draft pick of Adu Thiero. I'm a little questionable on his offensive development, and if he gets that offensive development, then I love this pick even more. But I do think if like last year in the playoffs, Luka and Austin Reeves got cooked defensively, right? Now you could throw Adu in there, and Adu will make up for the Austin Reeves lack of defense or the Luka lack of defense if you're trying to roll with Austin Reeves, which would be a little OD for me. But I think if you have Adu Thiero in there, now you have a 0 on offense, right? So it's like you're losing. You're losing either way. You got like you can't overcompensate in basketball, You can't say like, oh, we needed a defender, so we got a straight defender. Like, no, you still need some shooting out there next to Luka because again, that touch, 20 seconds, and then kick out to Adu Thiero is gonna be a negative possession. Or the touch, drive into 2 defenders is gonna be a negative negative play, I guess, because Adu Thiero doesn't need a lot of defense, right? They should have landed like 3 and D guys. Where's the link law? I emailed it to you. Let me make sure I sent it to the right one. Let me make sure I sent it to the right one really quick. I pissing you off or what, Phil? All right. Just 1 second, boys. Where is this? All right, I'm gonna send it to both of the accounts with your full name. All right, you should have it now, Phil. You definitely should have it now. Yeah, so Philly Phil's gonna join us today. He's our resident Laker fan. So we're gonna have a Laker fan in the room with us to turn up, to talk some ball. I'm curious about how far this team could go in the playoffs. I really am, because if they could go out there and go on a deep playoff run, then that would be impressive. I'm not gonna lie. We are waiting for Phil. Okay. And I also do think that if one guy goes down, this team is cooked. And I think that's a big factor in the NBA, obviously. Every team healthy is elite, obviously. But you need to have that depth in the NBA. And I don't know if the Lakers really have that. Philly Phil is in the building. Phil, how you doing, brother?
My bad. 1 sec. Let me check my mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
All right. Thank you. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Philly Phil from the Ball podcast.
Oh, man.
The go to this shit, Phil. How you doing? Let's talk about the
doing
Lakers.
good, man. I'm doing good. All right. What were you just talking about? I heard you talking about Adu Thiero and then lineups and everything.
Okay, this was my thought, Phil, and let me know what you think about this, right? Real quick, the reason I texted you this morning to switch up everything and only talk about the Lakers is
I was like, shoot.
I really thought the Lakers got Wiggins this morning. I woke up like dreaming text kind of, and I seen like Wiggins for Rui connected at first, and I was like, oh, okay, LA, okay, Lake Show, I see you. But no, so my thought is Adu Thiero is a guy that I know you loved in the draft, right? And you put me on him in the draft, and I do like him as a prospect. And I think the Lakers missed a defender last season for sure, like a perimeter defender. But I think the reason they needed a defender was so that they could play someone next to Luka when Austin Reeves' shot's not falling. And Adu Thiero, it's kind of tough to play next to Luka because he's a bad offensive player too. And that's kind of where I was at with that. So what do you think?
I feel you. Okay. Well, Adu Thiero, I think that he is a very strong player, a very good defender, hopefully soon, but he's also a rookie. So I don't think he's going to have that many chances. Like, I know that he is excited to play in JJ Redick's like offense or defense, and he's excited to just get started, but I think he's just going to have moments like Dalton Connect did this year, where he was on the floor for 12 or 15 minutes, and then he was off the floor and not even getting played sometimes. But I think there are going to be times we could use him, but that would not look good on us. Like, I think it would look better if we played him 5 or 6 minutes per game to bench minutes until then, or to even just riding the bench, only because I think this team isn't ready yet. This team is not ready. I love the DeAndre Ayton signing. Don't get me wrong. Like, 2 years, 16 mil. That is an absolute steal in my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody who keeps saying like Ayton is this trash, like big, this and that, yada yada yada. Y'all gotta realize we had Jackson Hayes as our starting center.
It's
Jackson stinking Hayes. He can jump. He can catch some lobs, but he can't rebound. He can't defend. He can't block shots. And he can't move his feet. He couldn't do anything really. And we were the third best team in the West just with him. So imagine Luka and LeBron with DeAndre Ayton so far. That's already a plus. But what I'm trying to get at is the lineup isn't ready yet. So that's why when you're talking about Adu Thiero and all that, that worries me because that's how bad it is. Like to me, that just says we need to make 2 or 3 more moves still. That's what I'm thinking.
And I agree with what you said about he probably should play like 15 minutes some nights and then no minutes other nights, similar to Connected. But I think let's say, right? What's up, Tommy? How you doing, brother? Let's say hypothetically the Lakers land everything perfectly, right? They land Andrew Wiggins. Do you want Andrew Wiggins? Do you think that's too much for Andrew Wiggins?
Yes. I want Andrew Wiggins, but I don't think the trade package they are asking for is Nuggets to hire Jared Dudley as a lead assistant coach. Never mind. I thought that was a big thing. But I love Jared Dudley though. But I love Andrew Wiggins, but I think that Rui and Dalton Connect should be enough. Asking for Rui, Connect, and a first-round pick for a 30-year-old, and I believe I'm not saying that he's a bad player. I'm just saying that is a lot for one player. Now, I was talking in a group chat earlier today while I was getting ready and everything, and I was arguing with a friend. All basketball, though. All basketball. Yeah. But he thought that the Lakers should go all in. They should do Rui, Connect, and a first-round pick. I differed from that. But then another person came in and brought this idea up. I would only do this trade if Jaime Jaquez or like Haywood Highsmith were a part of it.
Haywood would be sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would do that. Like thinking about that, I would do that if it involves a young player like one of those two. But if it's just for Wiggins, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be for real. It just seems like an overpay.
I will say though, if they were to trade for their first, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you necessarily get a player better than Wiggins. Because Wiggins is like in that, he's not a top tier player. He's not a second tier player, but I would put him in that third, fourth tier, maybe not third, but he's somewhere there, you know? I don't necessarily know, like, you're not going to get some like DeRozan, Levine, a guy up there for it, you know? I think he's just one down. And I think Wiggins is good because Wiggins, first of all, is a winner, knows how to win, competes. Wiggins fills a lot of the problems the Lakers have, where he's a great defender and he could knock down shots. And I think he could play the 2 through 4. So I think that would be a good move for the Lakers. But I will say I agree with you where I don't know if that the roster's ready yet. So it's like if you're going to go all in on a team, they better be ready. But what if they signed Al Horford? Would you be more pro to doing that?
That's what I'm really like excited for right now. Like I've been in the what's it called? Backup big market now since we got DeAndre Ayton. And I know in these last 2 days, we've been talking to the Orlando Magic, New Orleans Pelicans, the Phoenix Suns, and I'm trying to remember the third team. But anyways, we're trying to get either Yves Missy, Nick Richards, or forgot his name, Wendell Carter Jr., along with and the Portland Trailblazers for Robert Williams III. Now, those are bigs we are trying to trade for. But if we could sign Al Horford for our biannual, that would be perfect because that's just $5 million. That's $5 million. And shout out to Rob because everybody's been trashing on the whole Jake LaRavia and DeAndre Ayton signings thing while losing Dorian Finney-Smith, but we were able to get those two for the money we didn't give Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah, for cheap, bro.
We're paying Jake LaRavia $6 million, and then we're paying DeAndre Ayton $8 million for the next 2 years. Obviously, we're going to try to extend them. This is like a tryout period for him, but I would love to extend them. But that is an awesome job by Rob Pelinka. An awesome job. I don't care what anybody says, but if you are to get those two and then add Al Horford for the Bay, I believe they call it BAE, that would be incredible. Like incredible. Like I'm still trying to figure out because you said what other player would be good besides Andrew Wiggins. I honestly don't even know at this point. Like I'm trying to think of a better player to even grab or something like that. I don't think there's a better 3-and-D player out there unless we trade for one.
I saw your tweet about Bradley Beal today.
Mhm.
I actually do think Beal would probably cost. He's like an overpay,
Mhm.
but I do think Bradley Beal would be interesting in LA just because, like, not as a starter,
Mhm.
like in a very similar role to what he was in Phoenix last year, to be a
Mhm.
backup guard who could literally just be a 3-and-D guard rather than like go out there and give us buckets. Even though he low key can do that, and I don't see a lot of that on your bench. You know, if especially if like. I mean, Connect wasn't that last season, but if Connect develops another step next season, he could get you buckets off the bench. But
Yeah.
I think Bradley Beal is more of a guaranteed at giving you buckets rather than just like standing in the corner, you know?
You know one guy I'm really excited about that I can't wait for July 5th to watch?
Who?
Eric Dixon.
I am too.
Bro, because the whole draft, like, you were talking about how Adu Thiero, like, I'm a big fan of him, and I am. But when I saw the tape for Eric Dixon, I instantly thought in my mind, if the Lakers get this guy, like, even like in the second round or even like as a signing after the draft, I'm gonna be ecstatic. And then right when it came up that he signed with us, I was like, ooh, 6'8", 240-pound big man, apparently. He plays the big sometimes. If we can somehow incorporate him into what we're doing, like, and then have him be like the same role as Adu Thiero, but grow into whatever he can be in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm ecstatic.
I don't think he could do that though because he don't play no defense, bro. I think he needs to slim out a little bit and be like a true small forward because Eric Dixon will give you buckets. Eric Dixon led college basketball in scoring last season, you know, and it's kind of insane that the Lakers landed him, but being 6'8", 240, kind of slow, like that's tough at the NBA level, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You put him on the court, and if I'm any team, I'm like, we're gonna go get that guy. You know, like, hey, give our power forward the ball and get out the way. Because I think he could give NBA buckets. I don't think that's a debate. Because he could, even if his creation isn't there, he could pull from the fucking logo already.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So if he could slim out a little bit, Eric Dixon is going to be a very decent player for the Lakers. But I don't know if it's enough. Like I like the Jake LaRavia signing, and I could because it's cheap. You know, if they paid $10 million a year for Jake LaRavia, I would probably be anti the signing.
Yeah.
But $6 million, bro, it's like you're getting a role player at $6 million for a shooter in the NBA is very hard to come by. I mean, we just saw Duncan Robinson get paid $18 million annually, which I think is fucking ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, for a dude who really hasn't done shit the last 5 years. I would rather pay Jake LaRavia $10 million than Duncan 20 or whatever the fuck he got. So
yeah. I want to bring it back to your point on Beal because a couple of my homies texted and they were like, "What are they talking about the Beal thing?" I would not like to trade for Beal. I would not like to, but like we've been hearing, because now the Warriors, Lakers, and I believe the Celtics are watching to see if he's bought out in the order to try to sign him. If he's bought out, I would not mind giving him the veterans minimum. I would not mind that at all.
And he'll take it because he's paid.
Yeah. I would love for that to happen. But now I want to ask you this. In the Lakers situation as it is right now, would you rather add, based off buyout, would you rather add Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal?
You know, Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal are two guys I watched a lot this season. And when I watch a lot of players, obviously, I love to bet on Boom Fantasy. Sign up right now and use code RTP for a risk-free bet on Boom Fantasy. That's code RTP. You could scan the QR code on the screen. Sign up today. They just added esports on there. I'm not a big esports guy, but if you are, obviously there's nothing going on right now. But I would rather them have Bradley Beal, honestly. I think Dame creates better, but Dame can't defend for shit, first of all. And it'd be kind of a how do you play him with these guys? You know, like you can't really play Luka and Dame. That's barbecue chicken. And then Austin Reeves probably comes off the bench now, and that's barbecue chicken. Like I think the Lakers' number one priority right now should be a backup big, and not just a backup big, a backup defensive big. LaVince Carter James. Wow. Thank you. Hey, thank you for that
Carter
comment.
James.
Thank you for that comment. We appreciate that greatly. Yeah, I think it's kind of awkward the way their roster's constructed right now. And
Mhm.
I know I'm saying they need defense, but I kind of feel like it's time to move on from Vanderbilt and trade for someone who's going to play more consistently and
Mhm.
be a defender. Like every time he goes down, it's always wait for Vanderbilt to come back. Like,
Mhm.
why not get a guy that's like maybe a little bit less good than Vanderbilt defensively, but can shoot the ball and have Adu Thiero develop into what you wanted from Vanderbilt?
Yeah, that was what I was kind of hoping for in Dorian Finney-Smith, but even he's having, or what the rumor is that he's been having trouble with his knee or something like that, and apparently that's another rumor that got made him want to leave the Lakers because apparently there's a rumor saying Rob Pelinka was going to every team saying that he has a terrible knee and kind of ruining his market. If that's true,
That's weird.
yeah, I don't think that really did happen, but if that's true, I would be like, dang, so we had Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith with bad legs this whole year. We probably should try to trade him. But I'm more interested in what we're going to do with Reeves and Rui because one of those two, I said from the jump right when the season ended, one of those two needs to be traded. One
I
of them.
agree.
I love Reeves, but if they really don't want to trade Rui, it's got to be Reeves. Now, if they can trade Rui, it's got to be Rui, but we can't have both of them at the same time. My preference is I would love to trade Rui only because he makes more than Reeves right now. He's an $18 million contract, especially expiring, but he also is like for this lineup, he'd probably come off the bench, especially if we were to get Andrew Wiggins. And I would not want to pay a player 18 million coming off the bench, especially with what he does. I'm
Well,
gonna
if
just
they
be
get Wiggins, Rui's gone. But
yeah.
I've always been team trade Reeves just because I seen it in the playoffs this year, bro, where it's just if you want to rock out with Luca forever, you
Mm,
need a different style of player next to him.
mm.
Unless you plan on running Austin Reeves on the bench. But if the Lakers are looking at Austin Reeves as a long-term option, then they got to pay him, what was it, like 30 mil a year?
They offered him an extension, and I believe it was 89 million, and that would have paid him either 25 or 30 million per year,
And he declined
which
that.
he declined it. So I was like, yeah, we might have to trade him. Which is why I'm actually interested in what could they get in a package. Like imagine if they add Reeves to the Rui Hachimura Dalton Connect first round pick trade. Who would you
That's a,
use that package to try to get?
if they didn't have Ayton, I would say Bam. Like
Mhm.
Bam would be the guy, or Embiid, and I know you probably don't love Embiid as much. Um, But you could even fuck that and say like, "Hey, we want Wiggins. Like,
Mm,
what can we do? Austin Reeves and someone else for Wiggins instead
mm.
of having to give up Connect the first." But I am curious if the Connect and the first stuff is just to try to get Connect up out of there.
Wait, what does it say? If LeBron declines, the Lakers are effed. What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry, James. What do you mean by declined? Because didn't he opt in?
He opted in another year.
Yeah, opted in for
I'm pretty
52
sure.
million. So I mean, like, I don't think we're screwed because now that's one of the exciting things that I like. The getting DeAndre Ayton, a dude who was picked first in the same draft that Luca was picked third. I'm heavily excited, and I don't even care if he has like a mediocre season this year. I would rather build around Luca and Ayton than just gamble and then lose Ayton and LeBron. Like I want to see what that looks like if we can build around a point guard like Luca and a center like Ayton. With LeBron decline, like
Oh, declines as a player. Like if he gets worse this season.
oh,
And
I would
honestly, bro, I've been seeing the LeBron decline. I
mhm,
wouldn't say the Lakers are fucked though, because I don't think they're contenders. Like
for now.
realistically, for now, I agree.
Mhm,
If they could land, I think if they land Al Horford, right?
mhm,
Not only does that elevate the Lakers,
mhm,
but I think that kills the Warriors season next season, because I think the Warriors with Al Horford would be fucking scary because he
mhm.
fits in that system so damn well,
Perfectly. Perfectly.
perfectly, and that would completely knock the Warriors out. Which I don't know if I would take the Warriors over the Lakers right now, but they're in
Yeah.
a. I would say that's the same range. Um, but I just don't. I can't see this Lakers team.
Oh. Uh-oh. Anthony, you all good? Am I the only person on live right now just double checking? Or maybe I'm the one who glitched. One sec. Anthony, you all good? Okay, I'm the only person on right now. Okay, guys. Until Anthony comes back, let's about Al Horford, the Warriors. I think that what happened with the Warriors was kind of weird, especially. Oh, there he is.
Oh, it stayed live?
Yeah, it stayed live. I was just talking real quick. I can see this Lakers team. I can't see this Lakers team either. Oh, Rico's on. Awkward. Yeah, my bad. I couldn't see if I was the one who was frozen or if you were frozen. My bad.
That's fire that it stayed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Shout out Restream because I was kind of pissed. I was like, me and Phil were kind of rolling right there, but that is fire. No, sorry, I don't know if you were saying something, but
yeah, my bad. I was saying something, but you continue your point.
My point was I can't see the Lakers beating OKC in a 7-game series. I can't see them beating Houston in a 7-game series, and I can't see them beating Denver in a 7-game series. This new Denver team just looks kind of scary right now. But other than that, I think that's the Lakers range for Dallas, Warriors. Who else am I missing in the West that's in that like tier?
I'd say probably
Minnesota.
Yeah, probably Minnesota. I'd say low key, y'all are gonna hate me for this. I'm kind of feeling Phoenix. Really? Not like super high, but I'm kind of feeling them.
Really?
I'm kind of feeling them. Like them getting Mark. Have you guys talked about Phil's delusion not trading for Wiggins? Yes, we did. But them trading for Mark Williams, and then now they're trying to get rid of Nick Richards, but having Kamen Maluach and then drafting Rasheer Fleming. I love those bigs for Devin Booker along with Jalen Green. I like that. And I feel like they could low-key go on a little bit of a run.
Oh, I'm going to put Memphis there too.
Oh, the Mavericks. Yeah. Thank you, Rico. We forgot about the Mavericks.
I didn't say Dallas?
I don't think you did say Dallas.
Oh, my bad.
You said OKC, Denver, and the
Houston.
Rockets. Yeah.
Oh, Dallas. I meant to say Dallas is in that second tier. I would have put Dallas up there with those three.
Oh, you're saying, okay, so that's like top tier.
That's the echelon. Those are the contenders in the West.
All right.
The next teams are like, if they get a good dice roll, then maybe they can make the conference finals. You know, if maybe a guy goes down, a guy gets hot, something like that happens, then they can make the finals. And I would put the Lakers in that tier. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna get interesting out west for sure because the West got competitive. That's
no, you're good. I'm excited to see what the Lakers do, obviously, because tonight there's gonna be some trades going on or some movement, but I also want to see what the Warriors are going to do because that's what I was talking about. I was talking about how Al Horford fits what the Warriors are trying to do perfectly. I think Cooper Flag is going to be good. He will be good, without a doubt.
Hot take. We got a hot take in the chat.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. But with the Warriors, I would love Al Horford and Draymond Green as a front court. I would love that. That would be a very versatile front court because Al Horford can play the 4-5. Draymond Green can guard pretty much anybody, no matter how old he is. And then you have Jimmy Butler at the 3. That would be very good. The only problem I have with it is I think you also need to get another good wing. I think you should. I think they need to get another good wing, only because them not drafting a center was kind of weird to me. I'm going to be for real because there were 2 centers I thought they would try to draft in the second round and they didn't grab them. Like Rocco, I was kind of shook they didn't trade up to get him, and Janai Broom, I was really shook that they didn't get him. Yeah.
When was the last time the Warriors drafted a center though?
TJD, I think 2 years ago. Trace Jackson Davis.
Yeah. Let me see.
But like,
I'm curious. Who else is on that list? Because
Rico, well, I instantly, when I saw Rocco was falling, I was like, he's the perfect dude to get, and then you sign a free agent big. We'd be the Golden State Geezers with Horford. I mean, low key, maybe, but Horford would help you guys big time.
They've drafted a big man before TJD.
Who was the big man?
Yes, he plays right now though.
Oh, he plays right. Oh, lovely Quinton Post. I forgot they got
There
him
you
last
go.
year.
If you quizzed me on that, I for sure would not have fucking got that, by the way.
Nah,
I just want to put that out there. Quinton Post is the most average NBA player, I think, officially, right? Like, he's not bad. He's the most average. Lovely Quinton Post.
oh my goodness. I hate how when we played them in that last game against the Warriors, he was over here talking mess to Luca and LeBron, and then Luca pointed at him. He's like, "Who are you talking to?" Because I'm like, bro, like y'all flexing after winning one game after we beat y'all 3 times in a row. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, how you doing, Emma?
What's up, MXP?
But it's just like Wiseman. Yeah, I forgot Wiseman. We were talking about the last big man you got, Rico, but I mean Quinton Post, he plays his role perfectly with the Warriors. He can surprisingly shoot the three pretty consistently, and he's a big body. But that's the problem too. He's not really good defensively. He's a hustler. I'll give him that. He can hustle and play defense, or he can hustle, but he's not a defender. He's a shooter though, so I guess that's all good.
Okay, well, real quick, I'm gonna quiz the chat and I'm gonna quiz you, Phil. All right.
Got you.
Last center the Warriors drafted, that was an all-star.
That was an all-star?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh wait, I'm tripping. They didn't even draft the guy I was thinking about. I don't know if they ever drafted an all-star center.
I was about to say what it wasn't Bogut, right?
I was thinking of Bogut when I said that, but that was just
I don't think they drafted him.
Bogut.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. Someone figure that out for me.
Maybe DeMarcus Cousins, who
but they didn't draft him either. They didn't.
Bro, I don't think they. Oh wait, are you talking about
I'm in the 80s, bro.
Chris
I don't
something?
think they've ever drafted a center. That
Chris something. What's his name?
Chris Mullen?
Chris Mullen? Or was he a 4?
He's a 3-4.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, they just
Will Chamberlain?
That's what I was about to get to, bro.
Will Chamberlain?
It might be Will Chamberlain. Oh, Joe Barry Carroll. I think he was an all-star. Yeah.
Traded from Milwaukee, yeah.
Number 1 pick, Joe Barry Carroll. Former
That
all-star.
was their all-star?
That's the last one in 1980.
I want to talk about this real quick because it is really weird to me how the Warriors run their team. And I'm not trying to like trash, it's just observations. They've had so many chances to get a big, like really good bigs next to Curry, like for the longest time, and they haven't done it. Like, do you feel like they are too obsessed with small ball?
I think they like having 5 players that could pass. So I think like Al Horford is a guy that would make sense there. Emma, you can say something. It's an open chat. They're obsessed with guys that could pass, right? So I mean, you go out there and you get Al Horford. But other than that, it's like we would just rather have Draymond get the ball and be our 5 rather than like Calc Renner, for example, or someone like that. I think that's the case. You know, like Quinton Post, they drafted him because he could shoot. So he doesn't have to be their traditional 5. That's what I think. And I'm honestly not against the way they do it.
David West.
David West. Yeah, David West is a good one too. I like the way they do it, if I'm being honest, just because no, sorry, Emma. That's just how it works. You know? Like if that's like I hate when teams draft out of their system unless there's like the guy there, you know? And I don't think like anyone really available ever at like because the Warriors are always picking end of the first round. They're never in the top whatever unless except the year they got Moody and Kuminga, which I think they drafted pretty well that year.
Yeah,
I think they just want guys that fit their system, which is playmakers. Or when they drafted Looney, it's just like a dude that's going to go out there and get fucking 12 rebounds a game. You know.
Hey, I'm sad that Looney is gone from the Warriors though.
Yeah, I am too, but I'm happy he's in New Orleans, so I think that's a good fit for him.
I can't wait to see what Derek Queen does over there.
They're stacked, bro.
What's it called? What do you think? Because I forgot to ask you this. What do you think about the Lakers getting DeAnthony Melton?
Did they get him officially?
Nah, not yet. But I know there were rumors about them talking about
that.
I
would love that.
I think that would be a good way to have Austin Reeves come off the bench because I know everybody was talking about, oh, go after Derek White. Like, Derek White would be perfect. But I'm like, bro, he's with the Celtics. You know how much of an overpay we'd have to do to get Derek White? So DeAnthony Melton, I feel like, would be the next best runner-up to put at the 2 in order to have Austin Reeves come off the bench. Like, that's what I would do.
I would still start Reeves, but I would probably play Melton like a little bit more than him, if that makes sense. Just because
like the JJ Redick thing with the flippers.
Yeah, exactly. Because Melton's gonna provide you that. First of all, off the bench, you need a playmaker. I feel like the Lakers don't really have that, and Melton is a good playmaker. I would say the defense.
Wait. Did you say you don't think we have a playmaker
off the bench?
Oh, okay. My bad. I was like, wait.
Off the bench. I know y'all got like 2 top 10 playmakers of all time, but off the bench, I don't really see anyone where I'm like, go set up the offense for me. I'm not doing that with Gabe Vincent, right? I'm not doing that with like Jordan Goodwin. So having DeAnthony Melton in that role would be cool. And then once the defense starts getting a little shaky with the starters, you throw DeAnthony Melton in there because DeAnthony Melton is also a plus defender. Yeah, I actually would really like that. Signings like that are signings I don't feel like the Lakers make because it's like, who the fuck knows who DeAnthony Melton is in LA, you know? But I think signings like that are what separate like a good team from a contender, and having guys like Melton, LaRavia, other guys that will play their role off their bench would be sick. And honestly, the Lakers landing Ayton saved their fucking season. If we're being honest,
man,
if we're being so honest, if they did not land DeAndre Ayton, this team really was fucked unless they found a way to get Al Horford, because then you're running Maxi Kleber at the starting center next season, which would be criminal. What pop-up did you just see? What notification?
It's NBA Central talk, and then it's MC10 Dallas. I'm told they would only be interested in LeBron in a buyout situation. Okay, well, I mean, that's the only way you're getting him, either free agency or buyout. We're not trading him. I'm so for real. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing all these people going like, what if we trade LeBron? We're not trading LeBron. We're not doing it.
But does it not piss you off the stuff he's saying? Like what was the thing where he's like thanking Pelinka and the Bus family? Like, is that not weird to you?
What happened?
I want to find the exact quote, but
was it a quote was it recent?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it. And that's crazy. I've been on NBA Twitter.
Let me see.
Almost the last 3 days.
And
then now everybody's trying to like do trade machines for Herb Jones. Yeah, okay.
No way.
I doubt we're getting Herb
That
Jones.
Rui package is not working for Herb Jones.
I mean, if we attach a first, I'm just playing.
I don't know, bro. Might not be enough. Let me find this messages. I know Christian sent me this shit.
I don't see it anywhere. I actually really don't.
Okay, this is the quote.
Okay, what's up?
Rich Paul said this. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. That's what he said after he extended. Like that's
okay.
That's a little. Let's say the Lakers by trade deadline are struggling, right? Let's say they're under 500, hypothetically. I don't know if there's a world where that's the case, but anything could happen, right? I would not be surprised if LeBron requested a trade. Is that fair?
If we are under 500, I don't even know if it depends how bad. Well, you know what? We're in the West. I got to remember. So under 500 is pretty bad. That's like 12th place. So if we are like 12th or 13th, I would not be surprised. But in my head, I do not believe we're going to be there. I don't believe we're going to be below. I'm going to say 8th. I don't believe we're going to be below 8th. I think we're going to be in that top 8 of the West.
I don't think so either. I think 8 is a fair spot for you guys. But let's play a game, right? Let's play a game, then we wrap this up, all right?
Got you.
It's called Is There a World, okay? I'm going to say teams in the West. All you got to say is there's a world where this team's better than the Lakers, right? That doesn't mean you think they're better than the Lakers, but there's a chance that this season this team could have a better record than the Lakers.
All right, okay? So this coming season, if this team is better, got it.
Please play along in the chat as well. Chat. If you disagree with Phil,
everybody.
If you disagree with Phil, let him have it. He's going to demand Bronny gets traded with him. All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's start with the easy ones, okay? OKC.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes. The way they're constructed, yes.
Denver. Is there a world? You're not saying
is there a world? Okay, yeah, there's a world.
Okay. All right. Now I feel like we're getting in the range where I feel like a no could be acceptable here. Okay. Let's go with the Flippers.
No.
You don't think there's a world where the Clippers are better than the Lakers?
Mm-mm.
Not with the way they ended the season.
Mm-mm.
Before you start, I answer yes for every team. Y'all comment down below.
You see what I'm saying? I caught it. Rico's the most ultimate Laker hater.
Y'all comment
because he's a Warrior fan.
Clippers or Lakers next season? Because I know I didn't say it earlier, but I might take the Clippers the way they ended the season, bro. If Kawhi's healthy, that's the world. The world where Kawhi's healthy, I think the Clippers are better than the Lakers.
Okay.
That's my take. Let's go with Minnesota. Is there a world?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with Golden State.
If they, you know what, there's still some moves they could do, so I can see it. So yeah.
Okay. I need to see them get Horford, honestly.
Yeah.
If they don't get Horford, I don't think there's a world.
Yeah.
Memphis.
You got Cedric Howard, lost Desmond Bane. No.
You see the comment on
Rico. I hate Rico. I don't like Rico. There's probably a world, but Kawhi is glass, man.
Fair. Completely fair. Oh, I said Memphis. All right. What about Dallas?
Dallas. Yes.
Okay. That's an interesting one.
I love that roster, bro.
I did too. They're stacked, bro. They're gonna be.
They're big, bro.
Yeah, big and strong. Sacramento.
No,
I don't think so.
No. I love how they traded up to get Nick Clifford.
I was kind of pissed about that because I wanted him at OKC. I'm not gonna lie.
I was mad too. I was like, "What are we doing? You guys are full of guards."
Phoenix.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I really like at first when they traded Kevin Durant away and they got Dillon Brooks and Jalen Green. I was like, this has got to be the dumbest roster in history because now you have Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Bradley Beal, and Dillon Brooks. And that's probably going to be your 1 through 4 with, what's his name? With Nick Richards as your 5. But then when they traded during the draft, got Rasheer Fleming, got Mark Williams, and they also drafted Kamen Maluach. Instantly, I was like, okay, now they got moves. Because now I was looking at the roster. Rasheer Fleming can easily be their 4, and he doesn't even have to do too much. Like, he was known to be a floor spacing, rim protecting defender, in my opinion, when I was watching his tape. And if you add that to Phoenix, where they have already 2 scorers that are going to score no matter what, I don't know if it's going to be 30 points, 20 points, Jalen Green, or 30-30 of those 2. No matter what, your focus now is to just help them the best you can. And they have players for that. They have a Ryan Dunn. They have a Dillon Brooks. They have, Bradley Beal is going to be gone. Maybe. I don't know. But no matter what, you have those type of guys coming off your bench. They could easily do a Devin Booker, Jalen Green at the 1 and 2 with either Ryan Dunn or Dillon Brooks at the 3. Then you have Rasheer Fleming and then Mark Williams as your 4 and 5. I love that. I really do.
I don't say this enough, though. All right. So I'm going to say this right now. Shout out James in the chat because I do hate Phoenix's management. You talked me into that shit, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Phoenix believer now. I'm a Phoenix. I do think they probably need to start Dillon Brooks because I think he provides good playmaking, which I think they need because they don't have a point guard. But other than that, that team, I agree. I wish they drafted Derek Queen, though, because having a sort of like hub big man where you just give it to him in the post and have everyone move around him would be sweet. And I think that's a situation where Derek Queen would be able to thrive in. But hey, they do have great defensive bigs now. So
they really do.
Like,
I'm low-key scared. Not because of Mark Williams. I could give a crap about Mark Williams. But the fact that they have Kamen Maluach, who is without a doubt a rim protector, and then they have Rasheer Fleming, who is known to be a rim protector and a big body interior defensive-wise, they could make some, like, and then they have Dillon Brooks there to give them the nasty, too. To give them like that. Nasty. Or my bad. To give them pause. To give them a defensive identity. I'm gonna reshape
that was next level. I'm
gonna reshape that phrase to give them a defensive identity that is definitely going to be physical, annoying,
Yeah.
and very like they're probably gonna hurt some people. Like I can see them being like Detroit bad boys type of like nasty with it. But
Okay.
I'm gonna use it in that way. I'm just saying. In
I
that
know
way,
what you meant. I
I'm
know
going
what you
there.
meant.
But that team to me has so much potential to actually like just hurt some teams. Even shock, like get some wins that are like gonna surprise some people.
They're gonna out-scrap teams. They're gonna
Yeah.
out-scrap teams for sure. I got
And
two more for you.
oh my bad.
I got two more for you. New Orleans.
Mhm.
Is there a real?
Oof. I'm just thinking about what their roster is going to look like because I know DeJounte Murray is probably back. And then you have Jordan Poole, who I guess is playing the 2. And then you have, who's their 3? Is it Herb Jones? No, Trey Murphy. You have Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson. And then what would be the center? Would it be Kevon Looney or would it be?
It'll be Eves,
Oh,
Looney.
Eves.
One of the two.
You know what? Then I could see a world where they could probably be better than the Lakers if that's
And
like their healthy lineup.
the last one's the Spurs.
Yes.
Okay, so in a anti-Lakers world where every team that you said could be better than the Lakers is better than the Lakers, we got OKC, Houston, Denver, not the Clippers, but Minnesota, the Warriors, Memphis, Dallas, Phoenix, San Antonio. And did you say New Orleans or no?
I think I did.
So that's the Lakers 11 seed. Now, obviously, that's probably not going to happen, but that's just the worst case world. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for listening to Run the Day, the daily NBA show, daily sports show, daily show. Now, if you guys want to get ready for tomorrow we have a special guest on the show. Tomorrow, I'm going to be debating with my pops. We're going to be talking new ball versus old ball, the best sports cards to invest in. And that's going to be a fucking banger because my dad, love my dad to death, is the biggest old head NBA fan. I hate LeBron type of fan. So it's going to be an entertaining show, to say the least. If that interests you, make sure to join. Also, in our Discord server, we just started season 2 of our NBA trivia, where we do not NBA trivia, sports trivia the whole month. If you win, you get a $25 Amazon gift card. I mean, it's a free fucking Amazon gift card. Why would you not play? Phil got pretty close last time. I think he had like 5 points, 4 points.
Yeah.
The winner had 7 or 8. So it's pretty fire. You could join the Discord with that link that just popped up on the screen. I've been Anthony, Philly Phil. Let them know what else they need to do.
Yes, sir. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow Run the Play Network on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to hit that bell as well and hit that link for the Discord in the chat right now below. I'm your man, Phil. This Ant-Man straight up the MCU. We out, and let's bounce.
Bounce, baby. Boom.